had an idea for a novel. I thought I'd make a vlog showing me starting it off. You may not know this, but I have watched a lot of writing vlogs. I've made a few writing vlogs when I was writing the nonfiction book, which I finished this year. And all writing vlogs start off with a planner. I had these two little planners. I went with the green one because it seemed more cheerful. You may also know, if you've seen my other writing vlogs, that I usually write things on paper and then I type them. That's been true in the works of history that I've written. But I've never really tried to write a novel. I've written short stories, poems, I've published nonfiction, but never really tried to write a novel. So I thought I would follow some of the advice in writing vlogs and start off the way lots of people in those did. I actually started off writing on the notepad you see there to my left, but I thought I would put it in this green binder to kind of in the spirit of writing vlogs and, trying to commit totally to the process. And to be honest with you, I was surprised at how beneficial it seemed. Going back over all the ideas that I'd already written down and transcribing them into this little notebook actually reminded me of all the things that I wanted to write or the ways in which I wanted to start my novel. So getting them kind of back in my head by writing them really helped out when it came time to typing. In addition to that, it really kind of refired my imagination for the idea for the novel and made me think of some new ideas, some things that I hadn't thought of up until that point. So this was actually really good. So by the time I got around to actually typing or actually doing the writing, I could just kind of go. You may notice here that I'm not actually looking at the little notebook. I'm just typing because I'm being creative, I guess, and just writing what I think and the thoughts I had. I'd already planned out kind of the opening chapter, actually probably the opening two chapters, or at least the opening chapter and then a few scenes from the second chapter. What I'm working on or what I'm thinking about writing or the idea I had is for a crime novel. I'm not sure I would call it a mystery. I'm not sure, it probably won't qualify as a thriller, maybe a police procedural, but one of the things I realized in planning this out and trying to write it is I don't know a lot about police procedures, so that'll be an area for research, which is one of those things I like to do anyway, so that kind of helps. I've seen a whole lot of mystery programs, mystery shows, read mysteries, all those kinds of things, so hoping that helps a little bit in terms of planning the idea, kind of taking comfort in the idea of genre fiction having corners and kind of guidelines as a way of helping me to get through this first novel. So no magical realism, no science fiction, no fantasy elements. It's just going to be straight crime, I think, is probably what I'm end up writing. See, Zelda came to join me here. I had a really productive writing period, much more productive than I thought, and despite the fact that I'm stopped right there, it was easier to get started than I thought. Here's Zelda. She's not looking at me. She doesn't like to make eye contact sometimes, so she's actually just looking away because she's weird. And then after I had typed and was kind of tired of that, I went back to do some more planning in my little tiny planner notebook thing, which, is clearly not the best thing for trying to write ideas. So what the basic idea was is I got a long way into chapter 1. I thought out some new, or in the process, kind of realized some new scenes I would need to have as a part of maybe chapter 2 or chapter 3. And so I sat down to write those out before I forgot them. So I did a little typing, a little more planning, and it was a really a pretty good work day, off to what I think is a good start.